Is a person's duty to their country more important than their duty to their own family? It is a question most people never have to answer in the public eye, but for outgoing Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, that impossible choice has become her reality. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in U.S. politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow. For weeks, speculation has swirled regarding Tulsi Gabbard's decision to step down from her post as the Director of National Intelligence. Initially, the political world was focused on the move itself, the departure of a key figure in the Trump administration, the appointment of a successor, and the usual maneuvering that defines life inside the Beltway. But this week, the narrative shifted from political strategy to raw, human vulnerability. In a heartfelt post on X, Gabbard finally pulled back the curtain, revealing the reason behind her resignation. Her husband, Abraham Williams, is fighting a battle against a very rare, aggressive form of bone cancer known as a sacral chordoma. A sacral chordoma is a terrifying diagnosis. It is a slow-growing, yet highly invasive tumor that develops in the sacrum, triangular bone at the base of the spine. The surgery to remove such a growth is brutal, often requiring extensive procedures to excise not just the tumor, but the surrounding bone and tissue. Gabbard described a grueling 7-hour surgery that, while technically successful, has left her husband in immense pain and facing a long, uncertain road to recovery. She didn't mince words about the gravity of the situation, noting that she could not, in good conscience, continue to serve in one of the most demanding roles in the American government while the person who has been her rock for over a decade faces this fight alone. This is a woman who has served as a combat veteran, a congresswoman, and a national intelligence lead. She has navigated the treacherous waters of partisan politics and international security. Yet, today, she is simply a spouse prioritizing her family. Her resignation, set for June 30th, marks the end of her tenure, and President Trump has already moved to name Bill Pulte as the acting DNI. While some in the media and political circles have been cynical about her departure, the reality of this diagnosis brings a sobering perspective to the constant friction of Washington politics. When we look at this situation, we have to look past the partisan labels. Regardless of where you fall on the political spectrum, watching a public figure step away from the peak of their career to care for a sick spouse is a reminder that these leaders are, first and foremost, human beings. Her decision is a rare instance of someone putting personal integrity and loyalty above the prestige of federal power. It forces us to ask, do we demand too much from our leaders? And when they do decide to put family first, why is the reaction from some corners of the media so vitriolic? There is no doubt that the weeks and months ahead will be exhausting. A sacral chordoma is not a quick-fix illness. It requires patience, physical therapy, and intense emotional support. The fact that Gabbard has chosen to exit the spotlight to be by Abraham's side speaks volumes about her character. It is a pivot away from the national stage, but for her, it is a move toward the only thing that truly matters when the chips are down. As the administration transitions, the focus will inevitably shift to the new DNI and the challenges facing our intelligence community. But for those following the human side of politics, the focus remains on a couple facing a storm that no amount of political influence can stop. We are watching a high-profile exit, but more importantly, we are watching a personal commitment being honored under the most difficult of circumstances. So what do you think about this? Is stepping away from such a high-stakes government position the only correct move when a family member is suffering, or should a public servant be expected to find a way to balance both? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned as we continue to track the stories that define the landscape of our nation.